Alright, you guys know what time it is. It's time for episode number 14 of the Sorta series. We're almost halfway, and today we're doing a squad builder with the best teams in Detroit Pistons history. Honorable mentions that we just want to get out of the way at the start. We have Hall of Famers Harry Gallatin, Nat Clifton, and Chuck Cooper. We also have Bob McAdoo, who didn't play that many games, but played in 2 different seasons, so he doesn't qualify. And we have Len Chappell, Malik Sealy, who tragically died during his career. Everybody's favorite Georgian, Zaza Pachulia, Alvin Robertson, Tony Delk, Bubbles Hawkins, Cornelius Cash, Free Rollins, Ron Behagen, who had the shortest Pistons career of anybody. He played under a minute. It's not exact how many seconds. Sean Williams, who's a teammate of my brother's in college. We're going to get into it, but Daryl Dawkins. He only played 16 games and not a lot of minutes, but he played one of those games in a separate season. We didn't have enough big guys, and I have to have a big guy. So Daryl Dawkins is going to be on the team. Are Cedric Ceballos, DJ Augustine, Ricky Pierce, and Kenny Smith. And with that said, let's get into the team. Starting at our point guard, we have the answer. We have Allen Iverson, one of the most popular and most influential players in the history of basketball. In the 2009 season, he was 33 years old. He was starting to tail off a little bit. Still averaged 17 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Hall of Famer, 2001 MVP, 1997 Rookie of the Year, 4-time scoring champ, 3-time steal leader, 7-time All-NBA. Allen Iverson, AI, Jules, the third degree. He has other nicknames. Starting at shooting guard, we had to include Tracy McGrady. If you haven't seen the Sorta Hawks already, I recommend you go check that out. There's a cool little personal story. Played there in 2011. He was only 31, but he went down to averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Still like a serviceable role player, but if it's Tracy McGrady, you kind of don't want him being your 9th or 10th man. We're starting out strong. We got 2 Hall of Famers as our backcourt. Starting small forward, we have one of my favorite players, especially in this game, Sean Elliott, 6'8" forward who played the majority of his career on the Spurs. He did, however, have a random Detroit year sandwiched in there. He played 4 years with the Spurs, 1 year with Detroit, and then went back to the Spurs for 7 more years. His 1 year in Detroit, he averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, played 33 minutes a game, and was 25 years old. It was kind of like peak Sean Elliott, but he was not one of the main options, which is the only reason his scoring took a serious dip. Starting power forward, we have a very familiar face. It's Danny Manning, former first overall pick out of Kansas. Finished his career with Detroit, played 13 games, only averaged 7 minutes, put up 3 points and a rebound and a half a game. He was done at this point. He was 36, and for a guy whose career was like really injury riddled, he managed to play from the time he was 22 years old until he was 36. So I mean, props to him for at least fighting through, but in those 14 seasons, he only played 883 games, which is the equivalent of like just over 10 full seasons. So I mean, he missed a lot of games. Starting at center, we have one of the players who I think is among the most overrated in history. It's an unpopular opinion, but I just really don't think Chris Webber was as good as people made him out to be. Who knows? And I really can't stand him as a commentator. But starting center, we have 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 1994 Rookie of the Year, Mace Christopher Webber. Should have included him in the Alias squad. Didn't. Played for Detroit in his second to last year in the NBA. Played 43 games, averaged 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Obviously good statistically. Just never really liked him. This happens to be the only Sorta squad that Webber qualifies for. As our backup point guard, we have current Laker, former Celtic, and also former Piston, Avery Bradley. Avery played 40 games with the Pistons in 2018, averaged 15 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal and a half a game. The Lakers could probably use him in these playoffs. Backup shooting guard, we have a guy who played 20 games for the Pistons in the 1997 season. He averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds. Stacey Augmon had a good run in Atlanta where he put up like 13-ish points a game and then just never really recaptured that, never got over 6 points a game for the rest of his career. Played till he was 37. The team he played the least for was the Pistons. I figure not a lot of people know who Stacey Augmon is, and it'd be a fun opportunity to throw him in one. Who's ready for Maggette? Finished out his career in 2013 on the Pistons, played 18 games, put up 5 points, a rebound, and 1 assist. For the majority of his time in the NBA, was a legit scorer. I think I've said more than could ever be said for this man, but it's Joe Schmo, Joe Smith, Six Man Sam channel favorite. Just insane how many teams he made little quick stops on, but of all the teams he only played one season with, he actually spent the most time with the Pistons. He played 69 games, nice, and averaged 12.7 rebounds, so he was still a serviceable player. As our backup center, we have a guy who did technically play across 2 seasons in Detroit, but he played 16 games and averaged 3.5 minutes in those games. So he's actually one of our shortest tenured players in Pistons history. We have Daryl Dawkins, aka Chocolate Thunder, aka Dr. Dunk. Yeah, I really like Daryl Dawkins. I don't know what it is, whether it's just the giant like one-hand tomahawks from a complete broad jump, or the fact that he wore that gold necklace all the time. Something about Daryl Dawkins, I really like him. He retired from the NBA in 1989 on the Pistons, and then went over to play pro in Italy for 5 years. 11th man, we have Jameer Nelson, aka Crib Midget, the most famous for his run in Orlando with Dwight Howard. The least time he spent was in Detroit. He played there to finish out his career in 2018, averaged 4 points and 3 assists a game. Was a really undersized guard, a spark-pluggy, fiery, kind of like if PJ Tucker was 5'11". Had one of my favorite college runs at St. Joe's with Delonte West, aka LeBron's dad. We got the return of Tough Juice. It's Caron Butler. He's already been on a few of these teams, so we don't need to worry about him. We have Derek Coleman, one-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, drafted first overall the year I was born, and is also the least tenured eligible Sorta Piston. And he has the 78th least minutes in Detroit Pistons history. So here we have the Sorta Pistons, and let's get into a game. Alright, I am already not a fan of how this lag is going. If you haven't noticed, the team name is still the Sorta Raptors, which is not accurate. And it hasn't been for about 8 episodes now. So it looks like we are going to lag out of this first game, getting a sneak preview of those 2K21 servers. We're going to reset the router and see what happens. Alright, let's try this again. No. Not like this.
Detroit basketball.
All right. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself here. Danny Manning is gonna dunk all over Sapphire Al Harrington. I shouldn't press, because as in traditional SortaSeries fashion, we must score with everything. I think this seems like a team that could use it. Actually, I've never used this Iverson, so he's not bad. Joseph Smith. Things are going smooth. I mean, just like we drew it up. What? What? Please don't quit. Yes. I knew that's all it took. Try and score with... I mean, that was weird. Let's get Maggette in there. Boom. Alright. As soon as we get him on the board... Oh no, it's happening again. Daryl Dawkins says no. So we're a quarter in. Okay, so we need to score with Caron, Daryl, and Jameer. Daryl Dawkins. Oh, on Daryl Dawkins. Caron Butler. Danny Manning is playing some lockdown and then giving the ball up, but then playing some lockdown. All right. So we are a minute into the second quarter. We've scored with everybody. Now we just gotta kind of hope this guy stays in the game. I'm gonna give him a couple buckets here. I want to at least get through the half. And I want to get an alley-oop for Daryl Dawkins. That's the new plan here. I mean, that does not count. Come here. Daryl Dawkins is kind of a beast. Good take by Kenny. There we go. Daryl Dawkins. But he's so fun. And he's kind of killing it. He has 8 points and 7 rebounds already. Can he hit a 3? Oh my god. Oh my god. Daryl Dawkins MVP. Easy. It's not even close. I feel like this guy's already out. Shouldn't have hit the 3 with Daryl. I'm not even mad. That was sick. I've never seen that animation. What? How was it September 1st? And I'm just now seeing an animation for the first time. Oh my god. Daryl Dawkins is my favorite player in the game. This guy's done. That's fine. Daryl Dawkins ended up with 15 points and 7 rebounds in about 3 minutes of gameplay. Alright, so this was the Sorta Pistons. Honestly, one of the better teams we've been able to put together. Between Iverson, Danny Manning, Chris Webber, Joe Smith, and Derek Coleman, we have 5 first overall picks on this team. Really fun team, really good cards. Honestly, I might revisit this team and do an unlimited game just because, like, they were really fun. Daryl Dawkins is an animal. So that was episode 14 of the Sorta series, the Sorta Pistons. I've been to a few Pistons games. Detroit basketball. Episode 15, we're almost halfway there. Coming out a little bit later today. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. We're powering through.